I'm up. Hey. Hey Spencer. Yeah, thank you for the alert. Yeah. we're playing GENSOU MANÈGE again. And well, I'm gonna do the second to the last route. So the first probably the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of this is gonna be me skipping a lot of the things I've seen already. Yeah. Hey, Parade of Fools. Yeah. Hi there. Yeah. I think I'll be playing for like until chapter 5? Probably chapter 5, we'll see. And yeah, I'm just gonna start a new game. And I'm just gonna be skipping a lot of text from the first few chapters. Okay, skip. We're gonna be skipping a lot of these that I've already seen. So that's gonna be the first few minutes of the stream. It's gonna be getting to the route proper of the game. Nope, we're skipping that. I don't want YouTube to bonk me.
スタッフになった君には
Oh, hey Izuku. Hey Izuku, how are you doing? I think the thing here is no, I'm okay. And I think I've seen that, so it's gonna be minigame time. And as always, we're gonna do the minigame. Working for now, need to do something real quick. Okay, Zuko. Thanks for the alert.
そのまま続けて
Hey, perfect.
さすがだね。君は本当に頑張り屋さんだ。
Flare, hi. Welcome to the stream. Okay, here we are. Okay, this is the choice that I need to actually save from. Here we go. I think it's gonna be the administrative tent, so... Oh wait, no, not that, the employee tents, I mean. Yes, administrative tent is Sergey, fountain is Kreye, teacups is Leon, gate is gonna be Hugo, so employee tents. Okay, now this is different, so I'm gonna be reading this. I strolled toward the staff tents, curious about how everyone got by around here. I know Clara's tent, but the others... They were all different colors, but other than that, there was no way to differentiate between whose was whose. My imagination ran amok as I wandered. Until... Oh. What was that? I could have sworn I've just seen someone out of the corner of my eye. When I turned to look, though, there wasn't a soul to be seen. Although I surveyed around the figure, the figure never reappeared. Maybe someone came by to grab something? I resumed my tour. Okay. Well, that was short, okay. Okay. That was fairly short. And then for this one, we gotta tell him well done because we're not going for his route anyway. Okay, chapter 2. And this is gonna be skipping. I know if we mention other sweets, we get a point from him, so talk about the tart. Oh, mini game time. Yippee!
Ja, 始めるか。やるな。いいか、集中だ集中。いい感じじゃん。よし決めた。頑張ったお前になんかおごってやるよ。
Okay, chapter 3. Almost there. Doesn't sound like you. Yeah, I think that's the option that doesn't give him a point, but yeah. And then, since we're going for his route, we gotta say the other one that's not grayed out. We'll say I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just surprised as all. Didn't mean to imply anything.
悪意がないなら構いません。軽率だとは思いましたが。
No, I'm sorry. He was right that it had been a careless outburst. You should be more careful in the future.
それで故障の原因は何だったんだ。
蒸気機関のピストン。古くて動きが鈍くなっているので。
なるほど。 以前から老朽化していることは分かっていたが、今回ばかりは予算を。
それは無理ですね。
何？
今すぐ新しいピストンを買ってきたとしても交換には時間がかかります。
Oh yeah, I think this one I've already read. Yeah. If I can skip it, it's something I've read already. Oh yeah. There we go. We're on the chapter I needed to be now. So yeah, everything on this chapter is gonna be something I'm gonna be reading then. My first week at the River flew by. Working my very first job wasn't without difficulty, but seeing all of our guests' smiling faces made these struggles worthwhile.
エマ、お疲れ様。こっちで一緒に食べましょう。
I found Clara in the dining tent on my lunch break. She waved me over. Monsieur Hugo and Cree were sharing a table with her.
ほら、クーリエ。
Darkling,
席を詰め
hi.
て。
あ
ちょっとクリエ、口に物を入れたまま喋らないで、お行儀が悪いわよ。
は？食べてる時に話しかけてきたのはそっちだろ。
こらこら二人とも食事中は騒がない。
The director smiled and suddenly shot the boy across from him a sharp look.
なんだよ。
スープが手つかずのようだけれど嫌いなものでも入っていたかな。
まさか人参嫌いのクララじゃあるまいし。
そうよね。クリエは猫舌なだけよね。
I see.
それがどうした？人よりちょっと舌が繊細なだけだ。
Hey Aiko. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Chilling.
くそ、新人に笑われたじゃねえか。
隠さなくてもいいのに。
猫舌、かわいいわよ。
Thanks for the headpat, Psycho. You're all such good friends. I hope I'm settling in well. Looking back now, my old life felt so small and sheltered. Many words I'd spoken when then were shared only with Arnold and Madame Alice. In the span of a week, though, that circle had grown to include Clara, Monsieur Hugo, Leon, and everyone else at the Revue. Granted, Grille was about as approachable as a rosebush, and Sergei's cold composure intimidated me at times. But I'd even grown used to them. Where before I'd stumble over my words, now I could speak to them like proper co-workers. Casual conversation may be a ways off. Even still, I made leaps and bounds in my confidence as a witch. I owed that boost to the time the manège had recently stopped. I'd had to temporarily repair it with my magic. Simple as the spell had been, I was feeling much more assured in myself these days. I only wish I could get to know that mechanic, Luciole. I hadn't seen him once since the incident, much less spoken with him. It's 12:45 for me. I mean, 11:45. Well, good luck with what you're doing, though, Dark Blink. I don't think I've even passed it by him during lunch. Where does he go off to during the day? He's probably at the tent in his room. Sipping on some piping hot soup from my spoon, I scanned the tent. Luciole was nowhere to be seen.
でもどうかしたの？
Just wondering where Luciole could be.
それはそうね、昼間だし。
What'd that mean? Well, what do you mean?
そもそもあいつ昼間は出歩かねえしな。
Okay. He hates the sun? Okay. Really?
夜行性なのよね、ルシオールって。だから日が暮れないとテントから出てこないし、食堂にも現れないの。
Okay. I shrug. Rie raises eyebrows.
今まで特に気にしたことなかったけど、ルシオールって真面目に仕事してんのか？
そんなわけがないだろう。まったく想像力が豊かだね。
I mean, he's the mechanic, so surely he does the repair work.
ルシオールも君たちの見えないところできちんと整備士としての仕事をしているよ。
本当に？
もちろん毎日報告をもらっているからね。それに考えてもごらん。彼の仕事は閉園後にお客さんが帰ってからでないと始められないだろう。
So he just comes out when nobody is around.
そりゃそうだけど。
Rie grumbled, unconvinced.
あいつのこと未だにわからないんだよな。なんか俺に対して壁があるっていうかさ。
そんなのお互い様でしょ。あっちだってそう思ってるわよ、きっと。
Right. Luciole has to inspect all the magical contraptions around the park. Wonder if I might learn a thing or two about my powers with him. Here you go.
興味津々といった顔だね。ルシオールの仕事を手伝ってみるかい？
Wow, how did you know? What?
もちろん。むしろありがたい話さ。それに君の魔法への理解も深まるだろうし、覚醒に役立つかもしれない。ルシオールには俺から伝えておくよ。
Thank you.
それじゃあ明日から手伝いよろしくね。
Yep, okay. I was overjoyed, thrilled at the prospect of new responsibility and bringing the Rebecca that much closer to freedom. So thrilled was I, in fact, that I failed to notice Clara's concerned expression or Krie's worried glances. Okay. That night I settled into bed early in preparation for tomorrow. Sleep evaded me, however. I was more nervous than I thought I'd be.
もちろん。むしろありがたい話さ。それに君の魔法への理解も深まるだろうし、ルシオールには俺から伝えておくよ。
The director sounded enthusiastic, but I wonder about Lucille. A certain mysterious Bitu, so hi. Welcome. How are you doing? I recall our short interaction the day the Manage had trouble. He had been vehemently against Monsieur Hugo's proposal to use magic to reinforce one of the pistons. He had to essentially twist his arm to let us go ahead with it. And something tells me there was more to his reluctance than my own inexperience. Perhaps I was overthinking things. I was excited and uneasy at the same time. Restless. I better sleep. I need to be up early tomorrow. I muttered to myself and let my eyelids fall. The next morning, after magic practice, I borrowed Clara's tent once again to get changed. Afterward, the two of us went to the administrative tent so I could receive my task for the day.
なら 僕一人で十分です。
Oh, he doesn't sound happy. We heard voices coming from inside almost immediately.
あら、珍しい人がいるわね。それにあんな大きな声、初めて聞くわ。
Is that who I think it is? Before Clara could answer, more shouting came. Oh boy.
それともヒューゴさんは僕の仕事に不安があるんですか？だったらそう言ってください。
まさか君の仕事ぶりは素晴らしいよ。
それじゃあ。
でも彼女にも点検作業を手伝ってもらう。
そんな話僕は聞いていません。
だから今話をしているんだけれど。
そういう問題じゃ。
By the sound of it, Lucille didn't like the idea of me tagging along with them. I couldn't exactly blame him either. I was a novice at best when it came to magic, entirely useless with machines.
それじゃあ閉園時間になったら2人で点検作業をよろしく頼むよ。君もそれでいいね。
I shot my head up, all eyes were focused on me through the tent's entrance.
やあ2人ともそこに立っていないで中に入って。
Well, this is gonna be awkward. Well, this is awkward. Once Sir Hugo waved us inside, I slowly entered. Nope, Sergei was with them too. He wore a stern expression, glancing between Lucille and the director. The former, meanwhile, Lucille's fervent protest suddenly died, and he seemed more than a little uncomfortable.
ルシオール、閉園まで時間があるから彼女に点検作業の手順を教えてあげるように。
Monsieur Hugo gave him a firm smile. Lucille's eyes shot open wide, incredulity filled them. I'm
で
not
す
sure
か
what
ら
that means.
僕は了承していません。
He wasn't going down with the fight.
困ったな。
Okay.
どうやったら納得してくれるんだい？延長命令だとでも言えばいいのかな？
Oh, that's Beneath the biting threat, the director was thoroughly composed.
延長命令だなんて。
だって君頭ごなしに反対するだろう？話し合いに応じる様子もないじゃないか。
当然です。点検作業を手伝うと言っても彼女は素人なんですよね。ということは最終的に僕が責任を持って点検し直さなきゃならないし、それって結局二度手間になるだけじゃないですか。
誰だって最初は素人からのスタートだよ。それに彼女は魔女なんだ。初めにそう説明しただろ？
だから嫌なんですよ。
Monsieur Hugo's reasoning was only met with more outbursts. I felt trapped between two people I barely knew, in an argument I had no place to intervene on. Still, do I just sit and watch? I don't know.
その辺にしておけ、ルシオール。
Sergei finally cut in with a sigh.
彼女に点検作業を手伝わせることは相談事項ではなく決定事項だ。
決定事項だなんて言ったところで実作業を担当する整備士の僕がうなずかなければ意味がありませんよね。
ルシオール。
He only dribbled down. Sergei was speechless. Sergei looked at him with genuine shock. I guess I was right to be worried. I'm not a mechanic, only a witch, and he hates that most of all. Every vitriolic word that had left Lucille's mouth swirled inside my chest.
気にしないでねエマ。ルシオールはあなたのことを拒否しているわけじゃないの。
Ira tugged on my sleeve and whispered in my ear.
ただ 霊部からの解放には反対していて、それであなたに点検作業を手伝わせたくないって言ってるんだと思う。
He doesn't want the refugee to be free? Why would he be against giving everyone their freedom?
ルシオールは恩人のヒューゴさんには心を開いてるし、普段はめったなことじゃあんな風に言い返したりしないんだけど。
That's why Sergei looks so surprised. His display of raw emotion was born purely out of rejection for what I was working toward. But why?
ルシオール
Oh boy. Monsieur Hugo addressed him with a cold tone. Luciole jumped and returned his
霊
gaze.
部からの解放については以前に説明したはずだ。
His voice had been siphoned of any more courtesy. He said anymore, only stared.
僕は
Luciole's eyes darted around. His volume fell to a whisper.
僕はこの場所を奪われたら生きていけない。
Shadows came over his expression. Hey, Izugo, welcome back. Yeah, we're on the engineer route, yeah. He looks so small and sad, like a child lost and alone in the woods. He said he can't go on without this place. Why would he praise it like that? Isn't freeing everyone a good thing? All I could say for certain was that Luciole was carrying something heavy.
失礼します。
He doesn't want the refugee to be free. And wonder why he's tied to the refugee though. Let's see how this goes. He's already rejecting everything, so I don't know. Monsieur Hugo and Sergei watch him leave without a word. He started to pass me by. Oh. Okay, let me save that first. Let me save. I think we should say something. I don't know what the MC will say, but I think we should say something. He's just shy, that's all. He'll come around, maybe. We'll see. Luciole. I call his name as I search every corner of my mind for something more to say. Nothing came to me. Luciole looked back at me, shocked.
大きな声で騒いですみませんでした。
Okay. Oh, it's okay. I shook my head. He looked almost relieved. He quickly pulled his hood down over his eyes and hurried off, hunched over. Huh.
ルシオールってば、ほんと協調性がないんだから。
He doesn't like working with other people. Yeah. Clarence shrugged. I didn't take my eyes off him. Before I use my magic to free the spark, I have to learn more about him. I made a silent promise to myself as I watched him go. He'll come around. They always do. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. For the rest of the day, I cleaned and organized a shed in the park at Sergei's instruction. Then I ran a few errands. I wrapped the day up with my usual magic practice. When I was about to head home, however... Oh. It's Luciole. He's really here.
ルシオール、閉園まで時間があるから彼女に点検作業の手順を教えてあげるように。いいね。
ですから僕は了承していません。
Well, at the same time, you can't really do anything because it's Hugo's orders. He had made his disapproval of an arrangement blatantly clear. When I visited the administrative tent after closing, however, Mr. Hugo had surprised me.
閉園後マネージュの前に行ってごらん。ルシオールが待っているはずだよ。
I had believed him at first. Just what had the director done that had managed to convince him? Here was a kind of magic entirely unknown to me. Our gazes met so suddenly I could have heard the impact. I trod over and bowed my head low. No answer. Maybe he isn't convinced after all? I think it's just that he doesn't have a choice. He let out an uninhibited sigh, turned his back to me, and silently began inspecting the menage. I stepped around to face him, mustering up my courage. Please let me help. I'll do anything, just say the word.
魔法を覚醒させるために。
He'd actually answered me for once. I felt joy for an instant, only for it to be cut short by his razor-sharp glare.
あなたは魔法に対して好意的なようですが、
Damn.
僕にとっては疎ましいだけです。
Anything else I might have said fell down deep into a chasm of self-pity. I shouldn't be surprised. I know he doesn't like witches. But the Rivier, its people welcome me, and I don't know how to cope with this level of resentment.
余計なことを言いました。
He muttered to himself before lowering his head and returning to the menage. Luciole continued the inspection in silence. I stood there watching, but I might as well have been a ghost to him. Damn. I knew I was imposing on him. I held no illusions about that. But the higher I raised my spirits, the more it ached when Luciole made them crash down. I can't let this break me. Tomorrow's another day. If I can't get through him, then I'll ask again the next day. If that doesn't work, then the next. I will get him to trust me with something. I guess, yeah. I watched Luciole work with renewed resolve. The next day, I arrived at the administrative tent after magic practice. Good morning.
おはよう。いい朝だね。おや、顔色があまり良くないな。昨べは眠れなかったのかい？
I had trouble sleeping. I saw no use in hiding it. Monsieur Hugo turned up his shapely eyebrows sympathetically.
原因はルシオールだね。昨日点検作業後に本人から報告を受けた時点で。
Huh? What did he say?
特に異常は見られませんでした。
ならよかった。今夜もお疲れ様。
さあ、どうだったんでしょう。
Well, I didn't really give her any work. Well, yeah, well, you didn't really give her any work, so.
おかしいな。俺は君に点検作業の手順を彼女に教えるよう言ったはず。
見て覚えるという方法もありますよ。お疲れ様でした。失礼します。
Okay.
といった具合で取り付く島がなくてね。君には申し訳ないんだけれど、長期戦を覚悟してもらった方がいいかもしれない。
I honestly do feel bad that we're kind of forcing ourselves though with him. in this way, though. I don't know, probably just me. But at the same time, if we wanna learn something about him, we gotta hang out with him. Monsieur Hugo recounted events from the night prior, then heaved a sigh before continuing.
あれでいてルシオールも面倒見のいいところがあるんだけれど。
You sure?
ただ、こうと決めたらテコでも動かなくてね。頑固というか、意固地というか。困っ
Uh-huh. There was a tinge of deeper sentiment to his words. It's like he doesn't just see everyone here as his employees. They feel more like friends or family. That's the kind of bond I'm sure I'll never have a place in, but I hope they can at least come to rely on me. The only way I would achieve that goal was through hard work and focusing on what could be done in the present. Luciole would only be there in the evening, so now most of the time to stew. What can I do until closing time, Monsieur Hugo? He smiled wide.
ありがとう。その言葉を待っていたよ。それじゃあ買い出しを頼めるかい？
Can do. I mean, that's basically our work in this this place. The crowd dwindled as the hours passed. I expected Luciole to arrive when the last of the guests had filtered out. No matter how long I waited by the manège, though, he never came. Okay. Wonder where he is. The cheer and bustle of the park gave way to eerie silence. Maybe he went to the Ferris wheel first, or the teacups? Or maybe he would simply begin his inspections later in an attempt to avoid me. My thoughts began to take a turn for the pessimistic. Can't think myself into the downward spiral. Remember, focus on the now. I held my head up and surveyed the area. Once I was sure there were no more guests, started. Oh, guys, mini game time. Guess while we're waiting for him, we do the mini game.
準備はいいかい？そのまま続けて。いい調子だね。焦らないで、君のペースでやろう。やっぱり君は最高の魔女だよ。
I think I'm getting better. Maybe. The cold wind chilled my skin, ruffled my hair. I relaxed and let out a sigh. Just then, Clara came running.
ああ、エマ、探していたのよ。
Oh. What happened? I whipped around. She had on a grim frown. What happened?
それが大変なのよ。実はね。
Clara took a breath, then lowered her voice somberly.
今夜のメニューはお肉たっぷりのビーフシチューだったのよ。
Beef stew? I had to have misheard her, but evidently not. She nodded.
そうなの。よかったらあなたも食べていかない？もちろんおかわり自由よ。
Okay. She flashed a playful smirk.
テントの中から出てこない誰かさんの分まで私たちで食べちゃいましょう。
Damn. It's called Luciole Grumpy Goose. Okay. I'm assuming she's talking about Luciole. Yeah, she is. Most likely. I don't think Gray is that grumpy, but yeah. Welcome back, Darkling. So he really was waiting until dark when I'd already begun. For how well I thought I'd prepared myself for the possibility, reality still stung terribly.
ごめんなさい。
I shot my downcast eyes up. Clara looked at me sadly.
私、余計なこと言ったわね。
No, it's not your fault. She was just trying to soften the blow by making a joke of it. I'm sure she came running all this way to make sure I wasn't beating myself up. Pressure on my chest lessened a little. Thank you for inviting me, Clara.
ビーフシチュー、食べていってくれる？
I love some. Clara's eye shimmered.
そうこなくっちゃ。美味しいものはみんなで一緒に食べなきゃね。さあ、行きましょう。
Clara wasted no time. She pulled me along to the dining tent. Okay. Monsieur Hugo, Sergei and Kriye were there as well.
ああ、君も来たんだね。
The director addressed us first. If I'm not intruding.
私が誘ったんです。だって今夜はビーフシチューだもん。
確かに。
The two of them grinned at each other. Kriye meanwhile raised an eyebrow.
なんで夕食がビーフシチューだとあいつを誘うことになるんだ？
Shush, it's good food.
ただの口実だろ
Shush, it's good food.
う。大方マネージの前で立ち尽くす彼女を見かねたクララが食事に誘った。
そうなのか？
Kriye gaped at me. He smiled back awkwardly. I filled the silence by taking a sip from my glass while Clara sighed.
デリカシーがないわね。
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they
なん
do.
で俺の顔を見て言うんだよ。
他に誰の顔を見るんだ？
You do?
なんだよセルジュさんまで。
Yeah, sure. Everyone knows.
そういうセルジュさんだって。クリエといい勝負ですけどね。
See? Yeah. You both. Sergei's eyebrow sprung up.
クリエと
Mm-hmm.
いい勝負。
Mm-hmm.
おい、ショックを受けるのそこかよ。
クリエといい勝負。
Why keep repeating it?
繰り返すな。
やれやれ。騒がしくてごめんね。
No, it's fine. It's fine. Monsieur Hugo poured me some more water, scrunching his brow. All this really drove home how kind the people of the Repay truly were. Luciole is no exception, surely. I was convinced he was a kind individual. If only I'd get the chance to know that part of him. Can I ask you something? I took a sip to soothe my dry throat.
もちろん。何でも聞いてくれて構わないよ。
Anything and everything, okay? Things. I don't see Leon. Is he still working?
いや、リオンの仕事は閉園時間までだよ。朝から夕方まで着ぐるみ姿で園内を歩き回っているからね。
I see. And does the seal often eat dinner after his inspections? Seeing as he wasn't here now, I could only assume so. Monsieur Hugo tightened his lips.
うん。
Oh. Should I not have asked that? After a moment, he sighed and shook his
ル
head.
シオールはあまり食事を取らないんだ。
Oh,
めんどくさいだなんて言ってね。
he finds it's not worth the effort. Oh? Not worth the effort? The director nodded.
非常食代わりのつもりなのか、ポケットに角砂糖を入れて持ち歩いているみたいだよ。
Hmm. Mean sugar cubes. Huh. Clara filled the gap while I struggle to
実
comprehend.
は前に見ちゃったのよね。私自身この目で見たものが今でも信じられないんだけど、ルシオールは点検作業を始める前に23個まとめて口の中に放り込んでたわ。そしてガリゴリっと噛んだの、角砂糖を。
So like candy. You what?
はルシオールのやつ、どういう胃袋してんだ？
I mean, with how we know who everyone here already is that they're basically souls, so I think, yeah. Do they even need to eat?
彼の胃の構造が特殊かどうかはさておき、手っ取り早く栄養を補給しただけだろう。
Sergei took a break from his meal to comment.
いや、そんな当然みたいに。まさかセルジュさんも角砂糖を持ち歩いて栄養補給してたりするのか？
さあ、どうだろうな。
もしかして、もしかするのか？
そんなことない。
We directed our eyes to Monsieur Hugo. He snorted, faced, how do you pronounce that? And gave Sergei a look across from him.
セルジュ、こういう時はちゃんと否定しないとクリエたちが素直に信じてしまうだろう。
I loved it. Just this casual
ってこ
talk
とは、
at the dining table,
なん
yeah.
だ冗談か。セルジュさんって基本真顔のままだから本気かどうかわかんねえんだよな。
ね、紛らわしい。
Sergei had hardly even blinked, or did he stop? Nor did he stop eating. I'm surprised. Sergei has a sense of humor. It's kind of dry though, but yeah.
まあ角砂糖の話は置いておくとして、ルシオールはこうやってみんなで食堂に集まるのが好きじゃないみたいよ。
Uh-huh.
というか基本的に自分のテントに引きこもっているのが好きみたいなのよね。
日が暮れてようやく出てきたと思っても仕事を終えたらすぐ引っ込んじまうしな。
まあ人と関わるのが苦手な子だからね。
This remark didn't come across as scathing to me, so much as a gentle attempt at understanding. Well, he was a mechanic before, so yeah. I found a personal sense of comfort in that. After all, Lucille and I were very similar in that regard. Shut in, unsociable. I'm more than familiar with those labels. We're not so different after all.
ねえエマ、さっきからルシオールのことを気にしてるけど、あんな対応されて嫌いになったりしないの？
Fire appeared at me, not like my pensive expression go unnoticed. I'd be lying if I said his actions haven't hurt me. But at the same time, I can't bring myself to hate him. Not when I barely know him. I'd like to change that.
そうだったのね。
おう。
Before I knew it, I was the focus of every gaze at the table.
ま、気の済むまでやってみれば。ルシオールは相当手強いだろうけどな。
I can see that.
変わっているな。
You're a strange one. Okay.
そこが彼女の魅力の一つさ。
Okay. It is? I held my head shyly until I felt Clara bump me with her shoulder.
そうよ。現に私は今日だけであなたのことがもっともっと好きになったもの。
Clara was my very first friend, my only friend other than Arnold. I couldn't describe how happy her words had made me.
本当？私たち両思いね。
Aw, it's cute. Clara leaned toward me, beaming from ear to ear.
ねえ、私のこと好きってどれくらい？ビーフシチューくらい？
Way more than me. Wait, what?
ない、ビーフシチューと比べんなよ。
あら、だって美味しいじゃない。
Me, food.
まあうまいけど、だからそうじゃねえだろ。
でもルシオールももったいないわよね。こんなに美味しいのに食べに来ないなんて。魔法で出てくるからおかわり自由だし、好きなだけ食べられるっていうのに。
Lyra's passing comments stuck out to me.
あなたは魔法に対して好意的なようですが、僕にとっては疎ましいだけです。
That hadn't been him trying to shun me away from his work. He had meant it genuinely. What if it's not the effort that keeps Luciole from eating? What if it's because all the food is made with magic? Oh, possibility, yeah. Monsieur Hugo, I have an idea. I explained my plan in detail. He and the rest of the table looked at me dumbfounded.
君の思うようにやってごらん。
The director smiled bright and patted me on the back. What are we planning? After eating, I borrowed the corner of the kitchen to get started on some... whatever that food is, with plenty of veggies. I had Clara taste test. She assured me it was perfect, which was a much needed comfort. I hope he eats it. Oh, we're cooking for Luciole. Okay then. Urging me anxiety-laden feet forward, I headed to Luciole's tent. Good, the light's still on. Luciole, it's Emma. I brought you dinner. A shadow behind the fabric stared. Although I strained my ears for a reply, none came. Monsieur Hugo let me borrow some ingredients, so Clara and I made some... that. I hope you like it. I made sure to clearly state that it had been made by hand, not with magic. Still silence. I'll leave it at your door. Please try to eat it before it gets cold. With hedged hopes, I set the tray holding the meal and baguette down on the ground. Don't push yourself too hard today. I'll see you tomorrow. I turned back several times as I left, but I never saw him emerge. The next morning, okay. I was on my way to the review on quickened feet. A little hopeful, even more anxious. Oh. Oh, well, someone ate it, yeah? Empty dishes were set out in front of Luciole's tent. Only crumbs on the baguette remained. He ate it. Yeah. Well, assuming he was the one who ate it, but yeah. My heart warmed. I picked up the now light tray. I'll talk with the director about stocking ingredients for Luciole during my afternoon errands from now on. I very well could have skipped the whole way to the dining tent. That was the start of my new routine. I continued to cook Luciole's meals by hand and leave them at his door. Each and every dish would always come back clean, and yet Luciole still evaded my sight. Until one day... Oh. Until one day? Good, more empty dishes. I was worried I had made a few too many croquettes last night, but I guess not. I noticed a piece of paper tucked under the glass. What's this? My heart pounded in anticipation as I hurriedly unfolded the paper. It was a handwritten note addressed to me.
エマさんへ。昨夜もごちそうさまでした。今後は固形物のメニューを減らし、スープを増やしてもらえると助かります。
Oh.
固形物は食べるのが大変なので。
Oh. The penmanship was a little idiosyncratic, but it was meant for me all the same. I don't believe it. He's actually talking to me. Well, through a letter, but yeah. The past few days had been lucky to catch even a glimpse of him in passing, and it stung how obviously he'd been avoiding me. Seeing this dish's big clean had been my one avenue of hope. He's finally talking to me. Yeah, in a way, yeah. Carefully stuffed the letter into my pocket, picked up the tray and ran to the dining tent. Now, how to reply? Flattered you always clean your plate. I'll go with more soups from now on. I breathed in the crisp air and looked up at the great blue sky. The fact that he went out of his way to write to me must mean he doesn't entirely hate me. That's gonna work. No, yeah, probably. Oh. Several days pass, throughout which we exchanged many letters. Oh, yeah, okay.
野菜はもっと細かく切ってもらえると食べるときに楽になります。
Okay.
どちらかといえば魚より肉が好きです。小骨がなくて食べやすいので。
At first, the ecosystem had been mainly a request. In time, though, he started to let more of his personality through.
プディングの器はもっと大きくても大丈夫です。推進、干しぶどうを混ぜて入れる必要性とは。
Why raisins?
タルトレットはもっと多くても食べきれます。推進、一層量産に踏み切ってもいいのでは。
Maybe even mass produce them. What do you mean? The more letters we shared, the closer I felt to him somehow. It helped that he was often very straightforward in his writing. I didn't have to read between lines. Oh, it's nice. Oh, you're barking. I hear barking. Be right back. Be right back. I'm gonna go check why they're barking. Okay, I'm back. Okay. I opened the most recent letter as if it were a birthday present. Okay, what is it this time?
美味しかったです。
A little the breath of relief before immediately gulping it back
明
down.
日は定期検査を実施します。閉園後、マネージの前に集合してください。
Oh! Oh. It felt like my heart skipped several beats. Okay. He wrote this last night, so that meant inspection will be just hours from now. I'm not dreaming, am I? I felt the paper in my hands. My head was blank. Suddenly I noticed hastily scribbled postscript in the corner.
推進。もちろんこれは強制ではありません。あなたがまだ手伝いたいと思っているなら、という前提での話です。
There was more of that personality slipping through. I held the letter close. I could already see the look of shock on his face, followed by the smile. It was all I could do not to break into a run. I passed the time until closing, offering my usual assistance to the rest of the staff. Granted, I was hardly my usual self, apparently. Clara, Curie, Sergei, Leon, everyone seemed to agree that something was up with me. I'm probably being a little too giddy. I'm just so happy. Still restless, I made my way to the MANÈGE. Just as the letter promised, Luciole was there waiting for me. I hadn't seen him, not properly anyway, since the last time I'd watched him work. Thank you so much, Luciole.
お礼なんて。
Luciole gave me a weird look before whipping his head to the other direction.
あなたには毎日夕食を作ってもらっています。対価としては十分すぎる。それに僕は定期検査を見学させるためにあなたを呼んだわけじゃないですよ。今からあなたにも作業してもらうんですから。
Oh, okay, there he goes. Once he'd finished with his rant, Luciole quickly sauntered off with his toolbox before I could reply.
点検方法ですが、まずは目で見て、手で触って、劣化や異常がないか調べます。
Got it. Luciole methodically examined the MANÈGE and I followed his lead. When he came back around after a full circle, he retrieved a wooden hammer from his box.
目視と触診の次はハンマーで遊具のここを支柱の付け根部分を叩いていきます。叩いた時の反響音を聞き、腐食していないかボルトが緩んでいないかなどを調べます。
Listen?
口で説明するより実際に自分の耳で聞いてもらった方が分かりやすいですね。
Okay. He tapped on the base of the support with a hammer.
さあ、あなたもやってみてください。
Okay. Luciole was exceptionally patient with me, carefully and slowly explaining every step of his work while offering pointers along the way. Regardless of how silly the question was, he answered with sincerity. His explanations didn't stop until he was sure I fully understood. Director was right.
あれでいてルシオールも面倒見のいいところがあるんだ。
He's kind, considerate. It makes it all the more sad that he's so close to magic. Even now, after all the progress we've made, I couldn't get that one misgiving out of my head.
さん、エマさん、
Oh.
集中しすぎて聞こえていなかったみたいですね。検査はこれで終わりです。
Thank
こ
you.
の後はどうするんですか？
Reporting to Monsieur Hugo, I suppose. Then I'll go get changed in Clara's room. You mean the face that was hard to read?
あなたの予定を聞く限りだと、今日の
Ah, he's looking forward for dinner. I see. Was I forgetting something? Lucille's face scrunched up.
つまり端的に言えば夕食のことです。
Oh. I clapped my hands together. Lucille hunched over.
聞かなかったことにしてください。夕食作りはあなたの仕事ではありませんから。
I could hear the regret beneath his attempt at apathy. Wonder, has he really been looking forward to my cooking so much? I stepped closer. Okay. What? What can I make you? I'll cook anything you like.
いいんですか？
Not even a split second after I finished speaking, Lucille lit up.
ポトフをお願いします。
Can do. In exchange, will you do something for me?
魔法に関することならお断りします。
Not magic. I just want to know if maybe you'd eat with me in the dining tent.
え
I'll still make the pot, that food either way. Promise, you don't have to. No, you said okay, then okay. All done. Lucille and I came to the dining tent together. The others had presumably eaten before us because we had it all to ourselves.
ありがとうございます。いただきます。
I took a seat, one down from him, watching out of the corner of my eye. Luciole excitedly stuffed his cheeks, completely unaware. How is it?
おいしい。
Andrew, hi. Welcome to the stream. He shoveled more into his mouth, his craving seemingly beyond his control now.
N- 人の顔をじろじろ見ないでください。
That's cute.
わざわざ反応を確認しなくたって、あなたの料理はどれも美味しいですよ。
He ignored my reaction and went back to working on the food, yeah. I was certain now that he wasn't just flattering me. Yep.
本当に手作りしてくれていたんですね。ここのキッチンは魔法で食事が出せるのに。
Would you have preferred I make it that way? He blinked at me, grimaced, then shook his head.
そんなわけないじゃないですか。手作りだと分かったから食べたんです。なんだか懐かしい味がしました。
Familiar? Familiar how? Okay. Let me save that then. Yeah, let's ask. I was too curious to help myself. What do you mean it tastes familiar?
ごくごく個人的な感想です。 それが何か？
His tone became defensive all of a sudden. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I just want to learn more about you.
そうですか。僕の方こそ過剰に反応してすみません。懐かしい味だと言ったのは、昔僕の大切な人が作ってくれたポトフと似ているなと思ったというだけの話です。
Huh. He chugged down the last of his water. He filled with the glass, rocking it between his hands.
あなたがこんなに気が長いとは予想外もいいところでした。園長と言い合うところも見せてしまったし、あとは僕が自分のテントに引きこもっていれば早々に諦めるだろうと思っていました。僕のように面倒くさい人間にわざわざ自分から関わろうとする変わり者はそういないですしね。
Luciole gave me a self-deprecating smile, then went quiet. An odd silence passed between us. I've always wanted to be a good witch. A witch who uses her magic to help people, like my mother was. But society didn't care. We had to hide our powers from the world, and then I lost mine 7 years ago. Lucille looked at me wide-eyed, but made no move to leave. He was listening to my unprompted little ramble patiently. Monsieur Hugo was the first person to seek me out and ask for my help. He needed my magic, and that made me so happy. Meeting him made me want to change. To do that, I knew I had to awaken my magic. I had to get out there.
外？
He tilted his head at me, nodded slowly. For most of my life, I've been a shut-in, focusing on my childhood friend and his family. But I won't achieve anything locked away like that. I had to reach out, be more assertive. That's why I was so persistent about wanting to help you. For some reason, he started to chuckle. I was stupefied. He started laughing louder and louder. Oh, Lucille?
なるほど、通りで。
It was only confusing me even more.
引きこもるように暮らしていたというのは、具体的にはどういった感じなんですか？
I just sat in my room reading books most of the time. I only went out to run errands on occasion. Lucille's eyes seemed to shimmer like they were stars in the sky.
あなた、僕と同じだったんですね。
In a way, yeah. He offered his hand out to me. Hesitantly, I took it.
引きこもりは歓迎します。
Okay. He squeezed my hand, beaming. After dinner, Lucille walked me to the front gate. Thank you again for having me today. I'll see you again tomorrow?
ええ、また明日。気をつけて帰ってください。
I lightly bowed, then put the park behind me. I spun around once. He was still there watching.
変わりたいか。
Oh, chapter 5. Okay. I was up and ready that morning before the birds. I still hadn't come down from the excitement of actually getting to help with yesterday's inspection.
昨夜も帰りが遅かったんだって。母さん心配してたぞ。
Arnold started on some coffee. His mother was already out. Our neighbor's wife was ill, so she was helping take care of their triplets.
仕事に夢中になる気持ちはわかるけど、体を壊したら元も子もないからな。
I know, I'll be careful.
ならよし。
He nodded firmly and brought me some of the freshly made coffee.
ほら、お前の分。
I took a quick sip.
だろって言いたいところだけど、コーヒー豆を変えたからじゃないか。
I'm sure that's part of it, but you really are improving.
そんなに褒めたって何も出ないぞ。
Will it get me another cup of coffee?
仕方ない。それくらいなら出してやろうかな。
Good to know.
今日は随分機嫌が良さそうだな。
Arnold flipped open his publisher's morning newspaper. Do I seem that way?
仕事で何かいいことがあったんだろう。
Oh yeah. I stole his work for myself. Can't hide anything from you.
まあな。それで何があったって？
There's this mechanic who I work with, and he's teaching me about his job now.
ふーん。
What? Why your expression changed like that? He narrowed his eyes at me quizzically. Okay.
その整備士ってどんな人なんだ？
Why are you asking like that, bro? That's a good question. Menu. Save. Why do I say a little weird? A little weird? He has like a unique personality.
ああ、職人派だってやつか。仕事の腕は最高だけど、神経質だったり気難しかったりするんだよな。
Arnold grimaced. He was probably picturing a few faces to himself. I certainly can't deny that, but I do think Luciole's a good person.
へえ。お前がそんな風に言うなんてな。
He suddenly reached over and ruffled my hair. Oh. Hey!
うまくやれてるみたいでよかったな。
I'm not a kid. The words hung on the edge of my tongue, but I swallowed them in the face of that smile.
けど、忘れ、
Smile vanished.
お前が働くのは遊園地がブランブールにいる間だけって約束したよな。
I'd relinquished that fact to a dusty corner of my mind. Couldn't reassure him that I remembered because I hadn't. Part of me didn't want to. Cleared his throat when I didn't reply.
俺としても、お前が自分から家の外に出て、レイブのスタッフの人たちと仲良くなるのは大歓迎だ。でも、約束は約束だからさ。
Yeah, you're right. Nodded and took another sip from my now lukewarm cup. I know he's right. I can't go with the RPA when they leave. I need to awaken my magic before then. Oh, okay. Magic practice time. Minigame!
おう、頑張れよ。やるな。おい、諦めんなよ。いいか、集中だ、集中。
There you go.
継続は力なりだ。次も期待してるからな。
progress was largely intangible, but I could feel what little there was after each session. That was the most tantalizing thing of all. I have to awaken my magic faster, but there's only one shortcut. Luciole has to teach me about how he maintains the magic parts of the park. Easier said than done, though.
あなた、僕と同じだったんですね。引きこもりは歓迎します。
As thrilled as I am that he said those things, he had been directed toward me personally as a co-worker, as a comrade in solitude. Luciole had welcomed me, but he hadn't welcomed magic. Ow! I gave both of my cheeks a good hard smack. The pain helped drive away the dark clouds gathering in my head. Get it together, Emma. Stop depressing yourself over what-ifs. I'll just talk to him after park closes. I marched myself over to the administrative tent. Oh, it was another busy day at the park. Time flew as I helped out here and there with my usual odd jobs.
ゴミはそれで最後かな。
Ian scanned the empty rest area. I picked up the paper at my feet and nodded. Hey, Zero Niku. Yeah, it's Otome Game Tuesday. Seems like it.
お疲れ様。手伝ってくれてありがとう。ゴミは僕が倉庫まで運んでおくから、エマさんはマネージの前に早く。ルシオールさんが待ってるんでしょ？
Right. Ian looked at me with his head tilted.
もしかして緊張しているの？
Well...
大丈夫だよ。あれでいてルシオールさん、意外と面倒見のいいところがあるから。
Mr. Hugo said the same thing.
でしょ？僕もね、ルシオールさんと仲良しになれなくて困っていた時、それでね、僕が緊張するのをやめたら、ルシオールさんにも他のみんなと同じように挨拶できるようになったんだ。
Yeah, that makes sense. My fear of rejection was holding me captive. Luciole would sense that hesitation. There I was getting myself down again, right after telling myself I'd stop. Thanks, Leon. I should get going.
いってらっしゃい。
He waved his big fluffy arms at me as I made for the manège. We picked up our inspection of the manège from yesterday, and then he started to teach me automaton maintenance. Seal's explanations continued to prove thoughtful and informative. I learned a lot in just 2 days. This would be the perfect opportunity to move on to the magic attractions. Not that I expect him to. I eyed him as he lectured me. Our gazes met.
工程としては以上になりますが、ここまでで何か質問はありますか？
No, not right now.
その割に何か言いたそうな顔ですね。
Well, he gave me a faint smile.
別に質問でなくても構いません。少し気になった、引っかかったところがあるのなら、今のうちに言ってください。
Would you mind?
ええ、どうぞ。
This may be my best shot at this. I decided to throw caution to the wind. I want you to teach me about the magic attractions.
なるほど。そういうことですか。
He made a sour face inside.
魔法を使わない方法で構わないのなら、僕が責任を持って教えます。
I could barely get the words out before he interrupted them with icy finality.
あなたは母のように人のために魔法を使いたいと言っていましたよね。あの言葉に嘘はないと。魔法は人を不幸にするんです。
It was like my voice had been knocked out of me.
例外などなく、誰もが不幸になる。
Something dark lurked behind those piercing eyes. Rather than anger or sadness, it was something more akin to resignation. Just what in the world happened to make him think this way? What has magic done to him?
すみません。余計なことまで言いました。
Luciole spoke up before I could. I tried to find the right words to say. Luciole, meanwhile, picked up his tools and pulled his hood down.
今日の仕事はこれで終わりです。お疲れ様でした。
Oh, there he goes again. He turned on his heels and made straight for his room. I watched him go, still without a voice to stop him. What am I supposed to do? Stared up the purple sunset sky alone. Upon returning home, Madame Alice met me in the dining room, took one look at me and promptly gasped.
まあ、エマ、あなたひどい顔色よ。お仕事大変だったの？
No, that's not it. She paused for me to continue. When I did, she smiled.
夕食作りは私に任せて。あなたは出来上がるまでゆっくり休んでいて。
I can't make you do that.
気にしないで。私がやりたいだけだから。ちょうど試したかった新しいレシピもあるし。
おいおい、エマを寝込ませる気か？
Oh. Arnold popped in, apparently having made it home before me.
夕食は俺が作るから、母さんは味見係よろしく。
平気よあるの。今日はできる気がするの。さあ、二人ともテーブルで待っていて。
Madame Alice disappeared in the kitchen with an ear-to-ear grin. Arnold patted me on the shoulder.
安心しろよ。後のことは俺が何とかする。お前は何も心配しなくていいから。
Thank you, Arnold. After dinner, I collapsed into bed with a sigh. I was planning on pushing through and cooking today, but I went and made Arnold do all the work. A simple thank you was all I'd managed to offer him in return. He hadn't pried any further. That vegetable soup sure was delicious. It wasn't long before Lucille wandered into my thoughts. What if he has eaten tonight? According to Clara, Lucille had been appearing at the dining tent for dinner occasionally.
クリエが買い出しの帰りにアップルタルトとかお土産を買ってきた日は、みんなが食べ終わる頃にそーっと姿を現すようになったのよ。やっぱり彼女の作ってくれる食事の方が。けれど好意に甘えて負担を増やすわけにはとかなんとか言いながらね。
He's finally starting to come out of his shell a bit, but even still, didn't change the things it said at the manage just hours prior. Walls I thought broken had built themselves right back up. I didn't think he was angry, but that look on his face and his voice went beyond hatred or prejudice. What I felt in him had been a quiet hopelessness. I still want him to teach me about the magic attractions. That's the quickest way to awakening my magic, isn't it? Is any of this right? No answer came from the dark of my room. Even without the matter of freeing the rapier, can I really go through with learning from him when it so clearly hurts him? Still, no answer came, not even in my dreams. I found only Monsieur Hugo in the administrative tent the next day. He greeted me with the obvious question.
その後、ルシオールの様子はどうだい？今日もいい報告が聞けそうかな？
About that. My eyes flitted around nervously before resting on the ground at my feet. He asked him to teach me about the magical attractions yesterday.
断られてしまった？
Yes. Monsieur Hugo sighed heavily, then lowered his head. Monsieur?
辛い思いをさせてしまって申し訳ない。
It's not your fault.
ルシオールが魔法に対してあまりいい感情を抱いていないだろうことはうすうす分かっていたんだ。
He looked off into some vague distance, sighing again.
でも彼には魔法を見る力がある。それで魔法遊具の点検作業をお願いしているんだ。実際整備士としての腕もいいしね。
What happened to him? Why does he hate it so much?
それは
He shook his head slowly.
本人から聞くべきだ。
Fair. That's fair. You understand?
それにルシオールも君になら打ち明ける気になるんじゃないかな。
Okay, wingman. Okay then.
なんて秘密主義なのはルシオールに限った話じゃないけれど、
Yeah.
ここで働く人間は大なり小なり何かしら秘密を抱えているからね。
The director's bigger smile struck me as more than mere compassion. Even you? He blinked at me, then grinned playfully.
秘密のある男は嫌いかい？ そこはすぐに否定してくれないと。ところでこの後はどうするつもりだい？
I realized too late that he'd sidestepped my question. I quickly shifted the conversation.
君も知っての通りルシオールは頑なだ。彼に魔法遊具の点検方法を教わるのを諦めるかい？
My heart stared at the suggestion. He's not wrong. I could give up on getting Luciole to teach me. But if I do, I feel like I may never get another chance to know him. Truly know him.
どうだろう。この場で答えを出すのは難しいとしても、今の君の率直な思いを聞かせてもらえないかな。
Monsieur Hugo gently urged me toward an answer. I know awakening my magic is important, but a part of me feels like I can't keep relying on Luciole to help make it happen.
そうか。君は優しいね。
Well, hi there on the YouTube chat. Shook my head, unsure.
じゃあこういうのはどうだろう。今日のルシオールの様子を見て落ち着いてきちんと話ができそうだと思ったら、もう一度頼んでみたらどうかな。
That may be my best option at this point. I'll try that. What game is this? It's a GENSOU MANÈGE. It's an otome game. I made my way to the Manège after closing time. Luciole was waiting there for me even after yesterday's friction. Relief and a chest-tightening wave of anxiety both flooded me. Still, I ran to him.
お疲れ様です。
Hello, how are you? Doing fine. Chilling. I'm just, enjoying the game. Gave me a small bow, then helped up his empty left hand in greeting.
今日はこのマネージュではなく、中央広場のオートマタの点検を行います。昼間、動きの悪いオートマタが見られたと、セルジュさんから園長に報告があったそうです。
Well, I'm trying to go for this guy in this route, but I won't call him a boyfriend though. I just want to know the story of the game. Alright, this is what the automaton looks like, right? Came to a stop in front of an automaton with a balloon tied to its arm. What's this for?
セルジュさんがつけた目印です。
Marker? Oh, I see. Why he had chosen the balloon of all things? To denote the problem machine was a mystery. Best left unsolved, I decided. Okay.
念のため他のオートマタも点検します。あなたも手伝ってくれますか？
I was about to ask him how many rounds left. Walking into a killing call. Just want to know his story. Show me, you know, I just want to get like 100% on this game, bro. To answer your question, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but not all otome games just right out throw you into a date scenario. Like a lot of otome games I play start with like introducing to you the characters as strangers. So you have to get to know them and you know, get to know them, encounter what problems they have, and then you know, eventually they'll like you and stuff like that, depending on the choices you make. That's how the otome games actually work. Not even friend zone. Bro got turned into a notepad. Played quite a few otome cells. Yeah, a lot of otome games that I play are like that. I don't speak so much English. That's fine. Flexless, hi, welcome back. Oh yeah, hi Shumi, how you doing? I proceed to begin with the inspections exactly as thought. They're all very well maintained. I mean, pretty sure they're regularly inspected, so most likely they're maintained. I glanced his way. He was hard at work. His expression focused without a shadow of the pain that had plagued it before. Seems more approachable than yesterday, at least. Maybe we can talk. Maybe. Now seems a good time as any to put Monsieur Hugo's suggestion to the test. From what country are you? I'm from the Philippines. Got 3 weeks before everything major at work should be ironed out. I see. Hopefully work goes well. Shumi. Surely he'll be open to at least a discussion. I'll bring it up again once we're done here. Philippines with the PH, not the FH, but yeah. It's in Southeast Asia. Made it By the time we'd finished, the moon was beginning to overtake the sun in the sky. Luciole tightened one last bolt, then turned to me.
これで完了ですね。それじゃあ、
Wait, no. I cut him off and shot my head down. Oh. Please, Luciole, teach me about how you work with magic. I receive a long sigh in place of a reply.
頭を上げてください。
Yes, the Philippines, it has a different language than any other country, yes. I slowly raised my head and met eyes with a visibly annoyed Lucille.
いい加減に学習してください。いいですか？たとえ何度お願いされても。
I guess magic hurts people? I held my ground. Lucille swallowed.
そうです。
He started to continue, but quickly stopped. He did this a few more times and shut his lips tight. Eventually, he pried them open, and a soulless voice came out.
僕の母も魔女でした。
Oh. She was? He spoke softly, as if the sad smile on his face might shatter otherwise.
笑ってしまいますよね。よりにもよって魔法を疎ましく思う僕の体にも魔女の血が流れているんですから。母は自分が魔女であることを隠して父と結婚し、そして僕が生まれました。父のことはほとんど覚えていません。ある日、母の秘密が明るみになったことで、短い親子3人の生活は終わりを迎えました。父は事実を受け入れられず、母と僕を置いて家から、そして町からも出て行きました。
Oh, okay.
愛した妻に長年隠し事をされていた上、魔女だったわけですからね。彼が受けた衝撃は相当なものだったはずです。
Lucille recounted these events as if entirely removed from the situation. This was his own life he was talking about, yet he made it sound like another's. He emotionally broke through when he continued.
ですが、父が僕たちを置き去りにするとき、町中に母が魔女だと言いふらして言ったのは、実に理解しがたい行為でした。
You just read.
その後、僕たちがどんな扱いを受けたかは、まあ、街を歩けば、蔑む言葉とともに石を投げられ、店で食料を買うこともできなくなり、母は自分を責め続けた挙句、命を絶ちました。僕が12の時です。母の死後、僕は故郷から遠く離れた町にある孤児院で暮らすことになりました。母が生前、手配していたんだそうです。
I have no idea what Dynagai or Macroburst are. This wasn't a sad fairy tale, or the tragic backstory of a fictional character. It was real life, one Lucille had lived. I simply listened, incapable of speaking.
とはいえ、僕はこういう性格ですからね。他の子供たちとろくに馴染めないまま、18歳になると逃げるように孤児院を出ました。それからは 整備士として働くようになって、ようやく食べるものにも困らなくなりました。孤児院に出入りする整備士を観察したり、本を読んで勉強したのが役に立ちましたね。
He helped a small laugh at himself and shrugged.
もっとも、しばらくしたらまた部屋に引きこもるようになったわけですけど。
Oh, why? I croaked a question from my dry throat. Shocked Luciole whether it was the question itself or the contents. I couldn't say.
僕が人を信用していないからですよ。そんな人間不信の男が外に出たところで、周囲とうまくやっていけるわけがないですよね。結局、また衰弱してしまって、もうダメだろうなと思っていた頃に、レーブ移動遊園地と巡り合ったんです。
Hazelnut, hi. Welcome to the stream.
ヒューゴさんは、見知らぬ僕を捨て置かずに、整備士として働く場所を与えてくれました。
Oh.
ルシオールは恩人のヒューゴさんには心を開いてるし、普段はめったなことじゃあんな風に言い返したりしないんだけど。
That's what she meant. My heart ached. My chest was in a vice grip, and I suddenly couldn't breathe.
泣かせたくて話したわけじゃないんです。
Oh. Finally noticed a tear streaming down my face. I quickly wiped them with my sleeves, but they wouldn't stop.
あ、乱暴にこすらないで。
I suddenly felt a comforting hand against my cheek.
以前、本で見たときは想像できなくて、おかしな表現だなと思ったんですが、涙で瞳が溶けてしまいそうというのは、きっと今のあなたのことを言うんでしょうね。
Just like his gentle fingers wiped away my tears, so too did the almost painfully tender smile on his face.
あなたは以前、母のような魔女になりたいと言っていましたね。その言葉を聞いて、あなたにとって魔法はいい思い出で彩られているのだろうと思って、柄にもなく、ほっとしたのを覚えています。
That's when it clicked. They were my memories. I've always believed magic is a good thing because I was lucky enough to be raised that way. I've never thought any different. Hazy though my past was, I very much remembered the family's kindness. My father had been a normal man, and he'd given my mother and I all the love in the world, fully aware of what we were. But not everyone grows up the way I did. There were people like Lucille and his mother who faced persecution that I hadn't. Who lived harsh lives I could never even imagine. All the while I'd
涙、全然止まりませんね。僕のことなんかで泣かないでください。え？
I've been so entitled with you, but you've been so patient. You're an amazing mechanic. You're dedicated, passionate, and kind.
あなたみたいな人もいるんですね。
I could almost hear him mumbling something.
僕が何か言うと、あなたの涙腺が緩んでしまうようですから、泣き止むまでおとなしく待つことにします。
True to his word, he said nothing more. It was neither a hurried silence or an awkward one. It was a comfortable, patient one that suited me. I'm okay now.
本当に？よく顔を見せてください。
He stared me up close. I could feel my cheeks burning. Luciole didn't seem to care. He continued his inspection until he was sure the tears had stopped.
確かに、これならいいでしょう。それでは、明日の予定をお伝えします。
Okay.
明日は魔法遊具の点検を行います。
Oh,
閉園後、広場で待ち合わせましょう。
the magic attractants?
マネージュやオートマタの点検以上に気力も体力も使いますから、今日はしっかり休んでくださいね。
Really? After how vehemently he was against it? Saving. Gonna save that one. Are you sure? Are you sure? You really don't have to force yourself if it's too much. I hadn't wanted nothing more. Now that I knew about Luciole's past and upbringing, I felt compelled to make absolutely certain.
僕、無理しているように見えますか？
He tilted his head at me. I know we haven't known each other very long, and this might not be my place to say, but I genuinely think you're a compassionate and sensitive person. So I just want to make sure you're not overreaching for my sake.
エマさん。なんだか自分のことじゃないみたいで、変な感じがしますが。でも、あなたにそう思ってもらえていたなら嬉しいです。
He looked into my eyes tenderly.
僕もあなたと知り合って日が浅いですし、閉園後のわずかな時間しか過ごしていません。ですが、人を思いやる心があって、いつも一生懸命なあなたになら、魔法遊具の点検方法を教えてもいいと思ったんです。
He grinned one last time.
でも、あなたの中に眠る魔法を覚醒させ、ヒューゴさんの案については、僕は今でも賛成できませんし、納得もしていません。レーブという夢のような居場所を奪われ、また外の世界に放り出されるなんて未来、想像。
And why do this for me? He fixed his gaze on me. After much hesitation, many broken sentences, he finally spoke.
エマさんは、この先、レーブからの解放を行った後も、僕と会いたいと思いますか？
Somebody give me a happy birthday. If it's your birthday, happy birthday.
即答なんですね。
Not for lack of thought, it just didn't need much.
あなたのような人がいるなら、外の世界も悪くないかもしれません。
The smile he showed me that late evening, beautifully bathed in the sunset, simply took my breath away. Yeah, I think we're on chapter 6 soon. The next day, I came to the plaza after closing, as promised. Luciole was waiting for me there, reading a book on the edge of the fountain. Sorry, was I late?
いえ、僕もさっき来たところです。
He closed his book and placed it on top of his toolbox. So you still need those, even for the magic inspections?
ああ、いえ、工具箱はいつもの癖というか、持ってないと落ち着かないだけです。
Huh. Did I say that out loud?
いえ、なんとなく視線と表情で。
Luciole started toward the teacups without further comment.
今日あなたに点検してもらう魔法遊具はこのティーカップです。
The teacups?
魔法遊具の場合、マネージやオートマタとは違って触診は行いません。基本的に目視での外観検査のみです。ただし、その目視検査には魔法を使います。大丈夫ですよ。あまり難しく考えないでください。要領としては普段あなたが魔法を覚醒させているのと同じですから。目を閉じて集中して自分の中に眠る魔法に意識を向けてください。
I'll try. I breathed in deep and let my eyelids fall. I honed my inner senses to detect that magical glint I'd become accustomed to.
目を開けてください。
Sometime later, Lucille's voice came to me.
魔法の光がティーカップを包んでいるのが見えるはずです。光が欠けている部分はありますか？
I walked around the ride and carefully examined it. No, not that I can see. It's steady glow as far as I can tell.
では検査は終了です。
We focus severed and our eyes met. Did I do that right?
ねえ、完璧でした。あなたの体にも確かに魔女の血が流れているんですね。
He looked at me with a measure of pride.
今のように遊具全体が魔法の光に包まれている状態が正常です。どこか一箇所でも光が欠けていたり光が消えていれば異常となります。これまで魔法遊具の点検作業は僕一人で行ってきましたが、今後はあなたも手伝ってくれますか？
It would be my pleasure.
また即答。
Not for the lack of thought, of course. My intention was simply to be as forthright as possible. But now I was worried he misunderstood my readiness for haste. I gave him a nervous peek.
ありがとうございます。
For the brief moment it lasted, Lucille's smile shone brighter than the setting sun. With the inspection complete, Lucille was quick to hurry me home. I thought it was awfully strange how rushed he was at first. I quickly realized, however, that he'd simply been concerned for me. The strain of using magic with such focus had exhausted me more than expected. I felt heavy and lethargic, like I'd come down with a bad cold. Even changing out of my uniform took effort.
今日もいい時間になってしまいましたね。
Hello, I like your avatar. Thank you. Another late night. Okay. Lucille walked me to the front gate. He looked up at the twinkling stars inside. Thank you for putting up with me for so long.
それはこちらのセリフです。もう少しバランスを取るべきですね。何かしてほしいことはありませんか？
That came out of nowhere.
急じゃありません。ずっと考えていました。魔法を覚醒させるためだと分かっていますが、僕の仕事ばかり手伝ってもらっている現状は不公。
But I don't. You stopped me before I could argue my case.
先に言っておきますが、この件に関して僕は一歩も引く気はありません。
Okay.
さあ、観念して願い事を言ってください。
If you insist. I told him my wish, and the face he made was one to remember. He rumbled for a long while. What did the MC tell him?
わかりました。あなたの望みを叶えます。
Well, he gave me a reassuring nod. Oh, we're on chapter 6 now. Okay. Hey, how long have I been streaming now? 2 hours. I'll probably go for another 15 minutes, but we have ad breaks, so I'll take a short break, probably get more water, and I'll be right back. Be right back. I'll just get some water for a bit. Okay, I'm back. Alright.
Yeah, おはよ
The director, Sergei Courier, Clara, and even Leon in his fluffy outfit for a present.
今朝はやけにご機嫌ね。
Yeah, well, oh. Oh. Who should suddenly pop into the tent at that moment but Luciole himself?
どうも。
He bowed after so slightly, then continued to stand by the doorway. Isn't he coming in? I started to say something when Clara beat me to the punch.
嘘でしょ。どういうこと。今って朝よね。日が昇ったわよね。
Clara shook Curie's shoulder relentlessly. The latter was just as dumbfounded.
ルシオールのやつ、なんで朝っぱらから執務テントにいるんだよ。まさかこれって夢か。なんだ俺まだ眠ってたのかよ。
これってクリエさんの夢の中なの？僕にもルシオールさんが見えるよ。
Oh dear. We all...
となると集団幻覚の
Oh
類
my
か
god. Sergei was the last person I expected to add to the confusion. I couldn't get a word in.
なるほど。
そういうことだったのか。
We're not hallucinating. Listen to me.
みんなそこまでにしておこう。今俺たちの目の前にいるのは紛れもなくルシオール本人だよ。
Monsieur Hugo, please. Please. Thank goodness at least one of us was in control.
まあ騒ぎたくなる気持ちもわかるけれど、いつも夕方まで自分のテントに引きこもってちっとも出てこない。
なんですか、じっと見て。
ふん、お祝いにパーティーを開こうか。
結構です。
Well, there he goes. Luciole tugged his foot down and made for the door again. He wasn't slowing down. I jumped in front of him and held my arms out wide. You're here because I asked you to be, right? He faltered. This means so much to me. What did you ask
ちょっ
him
と
to
待
do?
って。じゃあルシオールはエマと約束をしたから執務テントまで顔を出したってこと？すごいじゃない。ルシオールを引っ張り出してくるなんて。
約束は約束ですから。
He nodded, albeit reluctantly. Still, it seemed I'd managed to keep him with us. I'm glad he stayed, even if I had to spill all that in front of everyone. Lucille's remarkable appearance this morning was owed to the wish I had made the night before.
今日もいい時間になってしまいましたね。魔法を覚醒させるためだと分かっていますが、僕の仕事ばかり手伝ってもらっている現状は先に言っておきますが、この件に関して僕は一歩も引く気はありません。さあ、観念して願い事を言ってください。
If you insist, will you come greet our guests at the gate with everyone?
は？
Tomorrow morning, I want you to be there.
言い直さなくて大丈夫です。その、聞こえては言いましたから。ただ、ちょっと理解できなくて。どうして整備士の僕にお客さんのお出迎えをさせようだなんて思いついたんです？
Okay. Because I want you to see their faces.
お客さんの顔？
Uh, He looked even more confused. I nodded. Everyone who comes through that gate does so with eyes wide and filled with imagination. As far as I where come from Manage. The automatons and all the rights you keep working. They come from you.
僕だけの功績ではないですよ。第一、今日だってあなたに整備を手伝ってもらったわけですし。
That's why I'll be there with you.
ああ。
Will you join me? He avoided my gaze before finally sighing. He dropped his head in resignation.
わかりました。あなたの望みを叶えます。
朝から顔を見せてくれて嬉しいよ。
ただ物珍しいだけでしょ。
Luciole turned away in the pout. Okay. His cheeks look a bit red. I probably embarrassed him a little.
さて、せっかくだし、今朝はみんなで正門に立ってお客さんをお出迎えしようか。
みんなってことは。
Everyone's eyes went to the odd one out.
もちろん、ルシオールも正門に立って一緒にお出迎えするだろう。
He twitched and glanced my way. His eyes were resolute.
そのつもりで来ました。
決まりだね。それじゃあルシオールが立派にお客さんをお迎えできるように教育係を。
He looked at me. I twitched this time. You want me to teach him?
おや、自信がないのかい？君のお出迎えはお客さんの評判もいいんだよ。
I have? I gave. Monsieur Hugo only smiled.
では、僕の教育係は彼女ということで。あなたもそれでいいですよね。
Well,
また即答。
その前に
oh. I latched onto my arm, beaming like the sun. What?
聞きたいのはこっちの方よ。いつの間にルシオールと仲良くなったの？
Are we buddies, really?
どうして疑問系なのよ。そうじゃなきゃ今の状況になってないわ。あの引きこもりを引っ張り出した上、朝からお客さんの前に立たせちゃうんだから。
I gripped her hands into tight, excited fists before slowly gasping.
待って待って、もしかしたらルシオールってば。
She looked away with some kind of meaningful look in her eyes.
置いていきますよ。
Just then, Luciole returned and poked his head in through the door.
ええ、そうしてください。あなた。
Luciole instantly vanished again.
ルシオールったらあなたの姿が見えないと心配でたまらないって感じね。
What's she mumbling about? I couldn't quite catch that. Clara squeezed my hand while I waffled over whether to ask her to repeat herself or not.
さあ、私たちも行きましょう。
Oh, okay. Just like every morning, a line had formed at the gate.
あなたの言った通り、並んでいる人たちはみんな楽しそうな顔をしているんですね。
Luciole looked out at them with a mixture of shock and pride. I remember feeling that same way the first time I saw it too.
お出迎えの際、なんて挨拶するんですか？なるほど。
He nodded awkwardly, like an oiled and rusty machine. He must be so nervous. He's not used to being in front of people. I suppose it's your first time after all, so why don't you stand back and watch how the others do it first?
ええ、ぜひ。
He quickly took a step back, then another.
さあ、そろそろ開演時間だ。みんな、準備はいいね。
Everyone nodded together. Right on cue, the town's clock tower sounded, and automatons on either side of the entrance swung open the gates. Guests seeped in.
お待たせいたしました。レーブ移動遊園地。ただいまより開演です。
ようこそレーブ移動遊園地へ。夢の
ようこそレーブ移動遊園地へ。この後噴水前でジャグリングを披露するから、よかったら遊びに来てくれよ。
Monsieur Hugo took the lead. Clara and Cree's follow-ups were bright and spirited.
ようこそレーブ移動遊園地へ。どなた様も心ゆくまで夢のひとときをお楽しみください。
Okay. Okay.
すごい。セルジュさんまであんな笑顔で。
Same thought that I did have, so yeah.
ようこそレーブ移動遊園地へ。みんな周りの人とぶつからないように走らずにゆっくり歩いてね。
Luciole was starting to look unsure, but seeing those interactions with the children brightened him up again.
そうか。僕も着ぐるみを着れば。
Do you have one?
物は試しに行っただけです。僕たちもお出迎えに加わりましょう。
After taking a deep breath, he stepped forward to stand with the others. I still noted lingering anxiety in his profile and hurried next to him.
Hmm. 僕も一度お客さんとしてレーブに来てみたくなりました。
Huh?
個人の感想ですから気に
Okay.
しないでください。それよりいいお手本を見せてもらった以上、僕も答えなくちゃいけませんね。
He fussed over his hood a little, then came up next to me. He took a several breaths.
ようこそレーブへ。あ、じゃなくてレーブ移動遊園地へ。
He's
よ
trying.
うこそ。
He's trying his
なんだ
best.
兄ちゃん、新入りか？しっかりやれよ。
いや、はい。
頑張ってねお兄ちゃん。
どうも。
Luciole's clumsy attempts were still met with warm smiles from the visitors, even if they mistook him for a new guy. I see nerves don't make him forget his manners.
今僕のことを見て笑いましたね。
He narrowed his eyes at me sharply. I don't want him to lose that confidence he has. I think I know just the thing. Start with a smile. That make it easier to project your voice.
Mm, こうですか？この動きに上手も下手もないと思いますけど。
He grumbled shyly. I smiled back. Now try repeating after me. Don't worry, you'll do fine.
やってみます。
He gave me a nod, so I faced the guest again.
ようこそ
Jay,
レーブ
hi.
移動
Welcome
遊
to
園
the
地へ。
stream. The smile still needed work, but the volume of his voice was stakes better than before. That was only in the beginning of his transformation, though.
ようこそレーブ移動遊園地へ。マネージュやティーカップなどの遊具をぜひ楽しんでいってください。
視線が痛いんですが。
Turned away, scrunching up his
あ
face.
なたにそんな風に見つめられると
I'm sorry, I was just a little surprised.
つい何ですか？
Okay, time to save again. At your improvement? Your improvement. You're like a totally different person. I can't help myself.
変貌ぶりって大げさですね。でもまあ確かに自分でも慣れないことをしているなとは思いますけど。
It just goes to show how dedicated you are to your job. Can't understand this language? You mean Japanese? So whatever what the voice is speaking with? Oh yeah.
あなたはいちいち僕を褒めますよね。そうやってやる気を引き出す作戦ですか？
It's not anything. If something I say, if something I say inspires you, then that's just it's just a happy accident. Also, I hear barking. Yep, I need to go check on that. I'll be right back. I need to check on the doggo. I'll be right back. I am back. What happened? I just had to go and check on something. That's fine.
分かっています。あなたは嘘がつけない人ですから。そういうところ、とても好ましいと思います。あなたもそろそろ前を向いてください。まだまだお客さんの列は続いていますよ。
Luciole and I smiled for the guests until finally the last of them had trickled in. Okay.
目視と触診は問題ないようですね。それじゃあ次は。ありがとうございます。
あ
すみません。大丈夫です。いえ、ただ頬の筋肉が少し引きつっているような感覚があるだけです。今朝正門でお客さんを出迎える際、知らず知らずのうちに頬の筋肉をというか顔全体の筋肉を酷使していたんだと思います。
趣味
謝らないでください。僕があなたの立場なら耐えきれずに吹き出していたでしょうし、それにあなたの笑顔を見ていた方が
Don't resist after hearing the
痛み
voice
も和
line.
らぐ気がします。別に深い意味はありません。特別な意図などなく、つまりその
Oh, you are in pain. I'll go buy something cold. That'll help.
待ってください。本当に大丈夫ですから。いけ今のは大きな声を出したからです。顔の筋肉が引きつるなんて生まれて初めてで。
He helplessly rubbed my cheek. His cheek. Good? When you think about it, I'm kind of the one who asked him to join me in the first place, so...
あなた今余計なことを考えていますね。
How do you know?
本当に素直というかバカ正直というか。いいで、僕が普段から顔の筋肉をろくに使っていなかったというだけのことです。
But still...
あれはあれでいい経験になったと思います。毎日は遠慮したいですけど、月に一度、いえ半年に一度くらいなら考えてもいいですよ。
Twice a year doesn't sound like enough exercise to keep them from ramping up again.
ああ、鋭い指摘ですね。
Couldn't stifle a giggle at how seriously he was taking this. How about we start with once a week and go from there?
週に一度ですか。検討しておきます。まあ、いつまでこの町にいられるかもわかりませんしね。
It's 1 a.m. already? Oh, maybe for you, it's still 5 p.m. for me. The Reveille may be here next week, but will they? But will they the next? Or the other? Or the one after? Can't say for sure when they might have to pack up and leave Blackburg. Luciole cleared his throat, summoning back to the present.
僕の仕事を増やすのに熱心なのもいいですが、まずは目の前のことから片付けませんか？
Made his way over to his toolbox. Right, we're still inspecting the menage. Cast away the burgeoning anxiety for now. The rest went smoothly. Soon enough, we were done for the day.
お客さんはいつもあんなに多いんですか？
Luciole was welcoming me to the gaze was routine now. That was fairly normal, yes. Sometimes we have more if it's a holiday.
あれ以上に。
Blackburg isn't really like big cities like Paris. It's not every day that we get something like the Reveille passing through here.
どんな街なんですか？ブランブールは。
What's it like? He's never asked about the town before. I was thrilled to hear he was curious, so I was more than happy to answer. Which game is that? It's called GENSOU MANÈGE. We're not a very trendy sort of place, but we make up for what we for that with nature. It's very pretty. And when that gets sold, there's always a downtown with plenty of little stores to shop around. There's a bakery that makes the most delicious baguettes, and patisserie with tarts. Those are a local favorite. But mine's a macaron confectionery.
食べ物だけですか？
Pin the game, yeah, I should pin the game. At the same time, though, I'm almost done with with this game for today, though. So, yeah. I'll probably just wait until a good time to save, and then I'll end the GENSOU MANÈGE part of the stream, and then go with FF16.
へえ、それは興味深いですね。
His eyes sparkled like the stars dotting the night sky. He was a very good listener. We talked all the way to the gate.
ああ、もうついてしまいましたね。
I'm sorry, I guess I did all the talking there.
いえ、質問したのは僕ですから。それに、興味深い話が聞けて楽しかったです。よかったら、これからもまたレイブの外の世界の話を聞かせてください。
We waved goodbye and I was on the road back home.
よかったら、これからもまたレイブの外の世界の話を聞かせてください。
Does he mean outside Blackboard too? Blackboard was all I knew how to talk about. I didn't have many memories of where I'd lived before moving to Paris. I was too young back then. It's not like I can just talk on and on about Blackboard either, though I'm not exactly an outside person. My fatigue footsteps became lighter and my pace quickened. Oh. I approached Arnold with questions right after dinner.
俺が取材で行った先の話を聞かせたい人がいるから、レーブまで来てほしいね。
Ideally, they would have talked while walking through town, maybe. That can't happen while Luciole's stuck in the reprieve, though. Would you?
いや、むしろちょうどいいタイミングだ。近々またレーブへ取材に行くつもりだったからな。
He had on his best reporter face. He couldn't finish his tour last time because the manège broke down. You might not get much this time either, you know that, right?
ああ、別に構わない。取材に関しては、前回撮れなかったお客さんの写真やそれより話を聞かせたい人って整備士のルシオールさんなんだろ。俺も一度挨拶しておきたいって思ってたんだ。
Yes, that's right. Luciole wanted. Wait, how did you know that? I certainly hadn't mentioned him myself. Arnold smirked like he could read my mind.
整備の仕事を教えてもらえるようになったって言ってた時、お前すごく嬉しそうな顔をしてたし。あとは記者の勘だな。
Are you sure about that?
お世話になってるお礼がしたいんだろ。だったら俺も協力する。
I think that'll be a nice stopping point then. Let me save here. Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point for this one. And then I guess I'm gonna move on with the FF16. Let me just yeah, I think I'm good for now. At least for GENSOU MANÈGE for today. We'll continue next week. Next week, Tuesday. That's on the 10th. Okay, yeah. Then hopefully I can start a bit earlier than today, so I can finish it pretty early. Let me just redirect this to the other stream then. Just one. Okay. Oh yeah. Done with the I'm done with the GENSOU MANÈGE for today. We'll just continue it next week. I'll be setting up FF16 in a bit. Yeah, I'll be ending the YouTube side. But the Twitch side is gonna be staying up while I'm setting up. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit, and I think YouTube should redirect everything to the waiting room. Let me do this.